6 signs that you have a bad therapist. So,
Disclaimer alert! Disclaimer alert! Please pause the video and read the disclaimer.
a lot of people have said that, have come to me and say they've tried therapy and it didn't work. And I just want to say that therapy is kind of tricky. The trick is to find somebody that you can connect with, somebody that you trust, somebody that has a good reputation. So don't be afraid to ask your therapist before you go to see them what kind of therapy they practice, what they're trained in, so that when you go there, you know what to expect. All right, so if any of these things are happening to you, that means you have a bad therapist. So run for the hills, call somebody else. So the first thing is your therapist is unreliable. So the person is late. They cancel on you often, or even worse, they just forget that they had an appointment with you. That's not a good therapist, because a therapist is somebody that you can depend on, somebody that you can count on, somebody who will, like I prepare before I see somebody. So you have to, it has to be, like even before you go to a meeting, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a teacher, therapists should have all the same expectation, right? A teacher doesn't walk in a class without preparation. A lawyer doesn't walk into a courtroom without preparation. Your therapist should be prepared to see you. Second is that they are unethical. Okay, so a therapist, as I said, is somebody that you can count on. So some people are on like suicide watch or whatever, that they can call or text their therapist for emergencies, right? If they're struggling. But if your therapist is somebody that you can, like I had a friend of mine mad at me not too long ago, and she said, yeah, you see, my therapist edited my text to you, right? So every text that she sent to me because she was upset with me, her therapist edited and her therapist told her what to do. That's unethical, right? A therapist is not supposed to be somebody who manages your life and your emotions and your relationships. It's somebody who's supposed to give you skills for you to be able to have healthy relationship, right? I was setting boundaries and this friend was not having it. So it was attack mode. So that, I guess she was upset, attacking me. And the therapist, instead of helping her reflect on what she was feeling, the therapist was editing her text messages to me. So that's out of the line. Or unethical could be a therapist calling you, going out on cocktails or dinners with you, or hitting on you, having sexual passes on you, or having inappropriate comments about maybe how you dress, or your religious beliefs or your sexuality, right? So a therapist should be a person who's neutral, unless if somebody is in a way of harm, unless if you're going to harm yourself or somebody is threatening to harm you. So I've touched a little bit on this. A therapist is a bigot, and this happens a lot if a therapist is homophobic or Islamophobic or Afrophobic, or right, they don't agree with your way, your religion, your sexuality, or they have certain beliefs about men's or women's roles in life. They believe that, yeah, you know what a bigot is, but somebody who who is not educated in diverse religion, cultures, and who is not educated in sexuality or ways of living, right? So that's not a good therapist. If you are gay or bisexual, or you're one of the in a community of LGBTQ, and your therapist thinks it's a sin, then you better find a different therapist, right? If you are Muslim and your therapist think Muslims are, whatever the stereotypes are, find a different therapist. 4 is trust your intuition. If you feel like you don't like your therapist or they don't like you, and you just feel uncomfortable around them, trust those feelings, trust your gut, and go and find a different therapist. This one is they can't help you, right? You feel that you're in the same situation, it's not getting better, or you feel like you're getting worse. Like, there will be times in therapy where you feel like your situation, you're getting worse. Verbalize it to your therapist. Tell them maybe the skills, the homework, and not all therapists give homework, or whatever the therapy they're doing is not working. You tell them that, I feel like I'm getting worse, or the feelings are not changing, and then a good therapist will try a different approach, or they will refer or transfer you to somebody else. If a different technique or therapy, a different way of a different strategy is not working. But if they are horrible therapists, it's not gonna work. So if they're not helping you, then find a different therapist. Number 6, you feel like they are not working with you. It's like they're bored, they aren't engaging. You just go there, they listen, and that's it. You move on as if, and you feel no changes, right? They're not engaging you, they're not involved. And also, the best way to know that that's what's happening is they don't remember anything about anything that you say. A good therapist will remember, and they will even sometimes check in and say, hey, by the way, last week you came here, you were distressed about your sister or your mom or whatever. How is that unfolding? Is that situation better or whatever, right? Because a good therapist will ask you difficult questions that will help you introspect, get to know yourself, and understand what's going on with you. If none of that is happening, then you don't have a good therapist. I can go on and on about what a good therapist looks like, but I won't. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe if you have not subscribed, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my videos, and see you in the next video. Deuces.